Hello and welcome to A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV. I'm sure we're going to have a wonderful show, and I'm really looking forward to speaking to two callers this evening. Now, anybody who is listening and wishes to find me, you can always find me on Facebook, because I'm on there quite prolifically. And you can also find me on my website, which is gailmoffat.com. And probably some various other places, but they're good places to start with. So anyway, I thought that what we could do is talk about how, what the role of the spirit world is with us. And we often come to the spirit world and look for answers and look for sort of readings and things like that. But it's not always possible to get the right answers. And so what you see with the spirit world, they can only tell us what they're meant to tell us. In other words, the rules and the laws of the spirit world are far greater than anything that we have here. You see, on the earth plane, one of the things that the spirit world actively tell me about is that we have free will. So at any point, we can change our mind and we can do things in a different way. But so when they give advice about how things are going to go in the future, what they will do is they will say to you, if you follow on this path, this is what's going to happen. And I think that's, it's quite important that we understand that. In other words, but then sometimes they will say to me, this is set in stone, this is absolutely going to happen, and there's no sort of deviating off of it. And so sometimes that happens. And sometimes we have, higher guides and God, they intervene with our lives just to give us that understanding about life. But one of the things that I cherish and love about the spirit world is that they are always looking to guide us, support us, and help us in our lives. And this is what's so great about a show like this, where people are able to phone in and get that guidance and get that help. And I think so that's sort of quite sort of wonderful. And I mean, the main point is that they're there for us. And so I'm going to go to a caller. Now, I understand that we have Jerin in Lithonia, Georgia, in the USA. Are you there, Jerin?
Yes, I am. Hey, Gail, how are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Good. And so I'm a medium, and I'm also a psychic. And what that means is I can look at something that's going on in your life, or I can connect to a loved one in the spirit world. And when I look at things that are going on in your life, I may work with somebody that you know in the spirit world, or with my guides. Is there a particular way that you'd like me to work, or some way you'd like me to focus?
My focus is my motherhood and my children. Right now, like, I'm having a really hard time just with all my children as a whole. And my oldest son, he stays with his father, and he has grown a resentment, a hate, a dislike towards me the longer he's away from me. And I just would like some clarity on that.
So I just so that I'm clear with the question that you're asking, you have some children, and some are living with you and some are not. Is that correct?
One is not. Yes, ma'am. One is not.
One is not, and it's your son. Is that right? That's not living.
Yes, ma'am. My firstborn.
Okay, and then you said something about your mother. Is that correct?
No, my motherhood.
Oh, your motherhood. Sorry. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Okay. I feel that I need to focus on your son that is not living with you, um, and because I feel that he is. I feel that like there's a lot of frustration with him, and I feel that he's not to you. Does that make sense to you?
That you're kind of breaking up. I can't hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I feel that with your son, there's a lot of frustration with him, and I feel that he is sometimes not always that pleasant to you. Do you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
And I feel that it's almost as though it's like he's got a teenage mind. You know how and I don't know how old he is, but it's like he's got a teenage mind, because it's like he knows best, and he knows how things should be done in the world, and he doesn't agree with aspects of what you think and how you think, and he wants to have. I feel very much with him that he wants to have his own way of doing things, and it's almost like, what do you know?
Right.
and that's very typical of a young mind, isn't it? Where they know best. Right. And I've really got that sort of strong feeling with him. And is his father not with you?
No.
So he's not with you, is that correct?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Because I just get this feeling that it's like he will say one thing to the father and one thing to you, and sort of it's almost like he plays one against off the other, and then he causes frustration between you and his father, because I feel like sometimes there's sort of heated discussions. Would you understand that?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And he's and I get the feeling that his father doesn't really help matters, because I feel that he is it's almost like he's part of the problem with how your relationship is with him, because he's not really backing you or defending you or doing what's right. What's right for your son is that he works.
My son and my daughter, though, like my son and my daughter share the same father, and he does not acknowledge my daughter. And now that my son is gone, like it's a part of my daughter that's gone.
Yeah. But he's more the problem, because your children are children. You know, they're young people. But he's. I get the feeling that he's sort of, you know, he's quite sort of manipulative to their minds, and I feel that he's not always being kind to them, and I almost want to sort of like sort of shed a tear. I feel very sort of emotional as I'm saying this. So I know that there's somebody in the spirit world that's really sort of quite disappointed by the way he's behaved, because in a way,
his grandmother or my dad.
It's a grandmother. Oh, yes, it's a grandmother. And I just get that feeling that yes, because I'm hearing this isn't the way that he was brought up. He was brought up with respect for elders. He was brought up to treat people fairly and sort of things like that. And he's not doing it. He's not doing it. It's all for his selfish gain. And I And I feel that it's not about you being a bad mum, because I don't feel that you are. It's about their father not respecting the children and their needs, and manipulating the situation that's causing the problem. Because what I'm hearing from my guides now is that you're doing everything right. You're doing everything right, and and I'm hearing that you're actually a fantastic mum. Because there are, and I'm also hearing that there's many times when you personally have gone without just so that your children have had what they need, and I know that you always have put your children first. And what's happened here is you've been placed in a situation where you have felt. You've been placed in a situation where you've been made to feel like you're not a good mum. And I want to just like cut that out. You are a good mum. You are really, really a good mum. And you shouldn't be treated like this, because your kids are being spoken about and manipulated, and it's just not fair.
Right.
And that's I'm getting that very, very strongly. And what I'm hearing also is it's really, really upsetting you, because all you want to do is be a good mum and have your kids around you. And I just get this feeling that you had this anguish and these tears and frustration for so long, and it's almost as though the father wants to spite you and wants to sort of, like there's some sort of not so nice way that he's dealing with things. But what I want to go, moving forward, I do feel that when I look at your son, I do feel that he's going to start to sort of question things, and as he matures, and I feel that he's going to start sort of thinking, well, hold on a moment, this doesn't feel right, hold on a moment. And I know that there are people in the spirit world that are working hard around him to get him back together with you, because they know that this is something that is right for him. I'm just seeing in England we have jelly babies. Do you have jelly babies in America? They're like little sweets. Do you have them? Like little jelly babies, or we used like little sweets. And I don't know why I'm being shown these, but I know that they're something that's significant with you and your kids. Would you understand why I've been shown that?
I don't. Not jelly beans, no. I don't understand that. When your children were small, and when you were picking them up from school and things like that, when they were really small, did you always bring with you some sweets? And because I'm just being shown that as a memory link, and I've got a lady showing that to me, that I feel that is a grandmother, that she's aware of how you were with the children. And I'm being shown climbing frames and sort of like a children's play area, and I feel like this is again a sort of memory link of you taking your children there. And I'm being shown this by the lady. But one thing I just want to say, I need to sort of go on, because I have somebody else waiting for a call. And sadly, we never have enough time. But find me on Facebook. My name is Gail Moffat. But your son will come around. He will. I do feel that in time. And I feel that just to quickly go over it with you about your daughter, I feel with your daughter,
she feels sort of emotional about all what's going on. There's a sort of an emotional feeling, and I feel that she makes it's made to feel like she's been a teenager, like teenagery, and I just want to say to you, keep going through with this, and just keep going on, because you're doing everything right, and I know that the spirit world are wholeheartedly coming around you and trying to support you. So thank you very much, Jerry, for calling in, and do find me on Facebook if you want to speak to me further. Thank you.
I will. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So hello, we have Audra in Chicago, Illinois. Hello, Audra, are you there?
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm very well, and how are you?
The sun just came out, the snow is melting, I'm doing great.
Oh, well, we had snow here, and it's melted now as well. So, and the temperatures has gone up, because it was freezing here, freezing. So,
awesome.
I'm a medium, and I can connect to loved ones in the spirit world or look at aspects of your life. Is there a particular way that you'd like me to work?
Yes, please. I would love to know about my career as a medium. I tend to be on the shy side, and I feel like that's holding me back. So my question is, do you see things opening up for me this year to where I'm really putting myself out there? Like, where do you see me going this year? Am I going to see financial rewards from my mediumship this year?
Right, let's have a look. What I'm being told is actually you've got quite a gift, and I'm just being shown sort of a collection of guides that have moved, that are around you. So I feel that you've got more than one guide, and I'm also being shown that you have. It's like you have a unique ability, and also. Would I be right in saying that you have you're able to connect with animals in some way?
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct? Because I get that feeling with a sort of an animal connection with you, and I also feel with you that you. I'm being drawn to about 5 years. Have you been sort of really sort of working on your mediumship for about 5 years?
Yes.
And I'm also being told that you're going to be. I feel that you're always going to be sort of, developing and working with your mediumship. And I just get this feeling that you'd quite like to work in some of the churches. Would that make sense to you?
Yes.
Because I feel drawn to a particular church, and I feel that there's a recognition within this church of your ability, and there has been talk on the committee of sort of having you doing more work with them. Would you understand that?
I'm not with a church yet, but I have been interested in joining a spiritual church.
Okay, well then I feel that's to come then, because I just get this feeling that the way forward with you is through the churches, and I just get this feeling that's how things are going to open up for you. And I sort of strongly urge you to contact a church and sort of, get to know them and let them know about you and your abilities. Some churches do sort of like little sort of events where there's new people have a go, and sometimes like that. And that would be worth having a go, so you could sort of display your wares, so to speak. Display your wares. But I just get the feeling, I just get the feeling that you are going to be um, more of a platform medium than sort of, I think that's the route that you're going to be going down. I also feel that it's going to be some time before you start to make some real money out of this. I feel sort of it's almost like you're going to make some money out of it, but not enough to earn a big living out of it. But I do feel like I want to go churches with you. You're definitely a medium that. And I'm also being told that you can connect to the higher realm, because I feel like you may be able to connect to people like the Ascended Masters and people of that nature. Because I feel that you have that ability, and I feel also that they want to work with you on a very spiritual nature. And I feel that your guides are about helping people, and I feel that it almost feels like you're going to be doing this for the rest of your life. You'll always be doing this, because this is your sort of like your destiny to be a medium. Also, I get the feeling, have you been interested in things like, with herbs, from a medicine point of view? Have you ever had an interest in herbal medicine?
I have, yes. I haven't started it, but I've been very interested in it this last year.
Because you've got a guide around you that wants to draw close on a healing nature and is interested in the herbal medicine as well. And I feel that he's going to be urging and pressing on you to go down that route. I feel that that's going to be quite an important route for you. Because also I feel that you have a strong healing ability, like hands-on healing. And again, I think that's I can feel a lot of guides around you. A lot of people may just sort of have one or two, but I get the feeling you've got quite a few, and quite a few highly evolved spirits that are working with you. Have you ever connected to Jesus?
Yes.
Yeah, because he's just stepped forward with me and he's telling me that he has worked with you, and he's saying to me he has chosen you to work with, and he's saying to me that you are a beautiful soul, and you're a highly evolved soul as well, and it's because of your nature and the way you are with people that he chooses to work with you, because I feel that he has great ambitions for you, with your mediumship and with your spiritual work, and he's saying that it is right that you work through the spiritualist churches, because that's where your mediumship will really evolve, flourish, and you'll become well known within the network of churches in your area. You're in Chicago, aren't you? I believe there's quite a few churches in Chicago that you could sort of attach to. And Jesus is saying to you that whenever you need him and whenever you need any assistance or guidance with regards to your mediumship, he's saying to you, please do come forward and sort of call upon him, and he will be there to guide you and help you. So I do feel that he wishes to connect with you very, very strongly, very strongly. And as I'm saying that, I'm just seeing Mother Mary just step by the side of him Have you connected to Mother Mary?
I've tried, yes.
You've tried. Well, she's here standing next to him, and they connect very strongly with me, which is why I'm able to access them. And she's saying that she wherever her son goes, she's always there willing to help, and she would be also willing to help you. And she's also saying to me that you have a real affinity with children. With children. Did you hear that? She said that you're very good with children, and this is her passion. She loves to help the children, and because of your nature with children, she's going to be helping you and guiding you too. So unfortunately, that's fantastic. You're going to be great as a medium, but we've run out of time, unfortunately. My producer here says I've got 30 seconds, and he's counting.
Well, thank you so much. This was a beautiful reading. I appreciate all of your words. Thank you.
Oh, well, listen, go and find me on Facebook. Gail Moffat is my name, and connect, and I'll help you in the future wherever you need some help. So thank you very much.